We can't have coffee? You can't have coffee. So I worked at this insurance company for like 3 years doing training stuff. My boss Randy mostly left me alone because I got my work done. The office had this tiny kitchen area where they'd make coffee for meetings. I did interviews sometimes when we needed new people, and I always offered coffee because honestly, who wants to sit through an awkward interview without something to hold? One morning I called down to the kitchen like I always did. Hey Donna, can you bring up 2 coffees for an interview at 10? She said yeah, sure. Then she called back 5 minutes later sounding uncomfortable. Goes, I'm really sorry, but Randy just told me no more coffee for anything under 4 hours. He said we're spending too much on short meetings. I asked if she was joking and she was like, I wish I was. He literally just walked through here and told me. I was annoyed because the interview was in an hour, but it was such a Randy thing to do. He'd been on this cost-cutting kick ever since corporate sent out some email about quarterly expenses. Bro thought if he saved enough money on stupid stuff, they'd promote him. He already made us switch to the cheapest possible toilet paper and everyone hated it. I didn't want to waste time arguing with Randy about coffee, so I just started bringing my own coffee maker from home. Kept it under my desk with some beans I bought at the grocery store. Cost me like $15 a month, but whatever. At least the people I interviewed didn't think we were completely cheap. About 6 weeks later, Randy sent out this email about mandatory training sessions. He got really into this leadership podcast and decided all the department heads needed training on efficiency. And of course he assigned ME to run it because I was the training person. Extra work for no extra pay. The thing that made me pay attention was, he put himself down as attending. Randy loved showing up to workshops, so he could hear himself talk. The workshop was scheduled for Tuesday afternoon. 2 hours long, so definitely under his stupid 4-hour coffee rule. That's when it clicked. The opportunity was just sitting right there. I showed up early that Tuesday and set up the conference room. Brought my handouts and laptop, and I made sure to bring my personal coffee thermos, the nice insulated metal one. Filled it up at home that morning. People started coming in around 1:30. Janet from accounting, Paul from claims, Monica from HR. They all grabbed water bottles. Nobody mentioned coffee because everyone knew the rule by now. Randy walked in at 1:35 wearing his ugly blue tie. He sat at the head of the table even though I was running the session. I started going through the intro, explained what we'd cover, went through the agenda, talked for maybe 10 minutes about improving workflow. Then Randy raised his hand. Goes, hey, sorry to interrupt, but where's the coffee from the kitchen? They're usually here by now. Think someone should call down and check. I picked up my thermos, real slow. Took a long sip while looking right at him. Put it down. Then I said, well, Randy, this workshop is only 2 hours long. You made a rule that coffee's only provided for events 4 hours or longer, so there won't be any coffee today. The room went dead silent. Janet stared at her notebook. Paul's mouth twitched. Randy's face went red. You could see him doing the math. If he complained, he'd look like a hypocrite in front of everyone. He grabbed a water bottle and twisted the cap off hard. Then he stood up, said he forgot he had a call with corporate and walked out. Just left the workshop. Monica looked at me with her eyebrows up. I shrugged and kept presenting. 10 minutes later, Donna from the kitchen burst in with a full tray of coffee cups. She was out of breath. Goes, Randy just called down and told me to bring coffee up immediately. Said it was urgent. I told her thanks, but we're actually fine. She looked confused as hell. Took the tray back out. Randy came back about 15 minutes after that. Sat down without saying anything. Grabbed a water bottle. Wouldn't look at anyone. I kept sipping my coffee every few minutes for the rest of the 2 hours. Every single time I did, he'd shift in his seat or clear his throat. The workshop ended and Randy packed up fast. Left without his usual thing where he hangs around giving feedback nobody asked for. Next morning there was an email in everyone's inbox. New policy update. Coffee available for all meetings going forward regardless of length. No explanation. Just effective immediately, please disregard previous guidance. Donna called me that afternoon laughing. Said Randy came down personally that morning and told her to forget what he said before about the 4-hour thing. She asked what happened at the workshop. I just said it went fine. No idea why he changed his mind. Never had a problem getting coffee for interviews after that.